Okay, welcome to the channel. If you're new, strap in because you just have no idea what you're getting into. My subscribers will tell you that. And if you've been here before, well, it's just dopamine after dopamine, right? So anyway, for those who are new, what my videos are trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is just trying to figure out what is the best loadout we can possibly come up with. And if you want to see the non-commentary version of this run, because there's a lot of yapping. Actually, there's not that much yapping compared to normal. But check the pinned comment below for the non-commentary version. And if you've got any questions like what criteria do I use to judge and test what I think is the best loadout possible, check the video description below as well. But in short, we're just trying to figure out like what loadout can handle the most pressure theoretically possible. That's the best loadout I'm looking for, and let's go. So obviously earlier you saw me switch from my bot loadout to my bug loadout, because I don't use crossbow for bugs, right? I just prefer the Halt. And yeah, for the Halt, I just literally stay in stun ammo all day long. I don't switch, except when I'm fighting against Shriekers, right? But only if I have time to fight against Shriekers. Actually, most of the time, I don't even fight them with the Halt. It's just, I just let my mech do most of the work. But yeah, this is... I actually wasn't going to do this game due to the game's performance issues, but I got bored. I thought, well, what the hell, might as well. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Setup, especially for those who are newer, is grenade launcher is the best weapon against bugs. There's just no better support weapon. When we're talking about all the light and medium enemies, obviously heavies, it's not reliable at all. That's why I got the Ultimatum, right? Stun grenades to stop charges and so on. Actually, no, I'll leave that point till later. Yeah, so right now I'm just not really engaging. I just want to throw in the Hell Bomb. One thing you'll notice when I'm keep looking up here is what was I going to say? Yeah, so sometimes when you throw that, the helper can actually get stuck up in the trees. So when I look up, I just try to make sure, like, hey, am I actually... does the Hell Bomb have a clear, unobstructed view of the place where I want it to land on, or is it going to get stuck? So, yeah. Actually, this is the first game of the day. I haven't played bugs in so long. I missed the dopamine hits from the grenade launcher. It's just got a really nice thump, thump, thump. And yeah, like, fighting megacities is insanely easy for the bugs compared to the bots. Like, even if you didn't have the atmospheric spore, which I don't on this map, it's just that the bugs are so much more easily put into tight spaces, so they clump up together a hell of a lot more, making any area of effect weapons, like flak cannon, the flak rounds from the autocannon, like anything that has an explosion, is so much, like, it'll get way more kills because everyone's far more bunched up. But yeah, like, I imagine, I've seen a lot of people struggle with, like, the city bug missions in general, or just city missions. It's just, stop relying on your eyes to, yeah, stop relying on your eyes to see where all your targets are, because as you can see, all the big buildings are blocking your way. This doesn't happen on open maps, so just use your radar, right? I'm actually guilty of not using my radar anywhere near as much as I should do for the bugs, but I can give myself that little leeway because it's the first game of the day, and bugs don't shoot back like 100 meters like the bots do, right? So I can be a little bit more lax or relaxed. But yeah, right now, because I know I can finish this mission a hell of a lot faster with the bugs, because I don't really... Oops, yeah, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, because I know I can finish a lot faster, I'm just gonna take my time more with just killing enemies. Right, trying to put as much pressure, find as many enemies as possible. See how far I can push this build. Yeah, you can see I'm just messing around so much because I'm collecting samples, which I almost never do in these runs. That's just how chill I am in this bug game. Oh, I've missed my gas mines. I've been using it so long. One thing I was a little bit concerned about is how much have they... I'm surprised that didn't bounce back. Okay, so because I've heard the Stalker, I think the invisible Stalkers make different sounds to the Predator Stalkers. I'm just so used to having two sets of Stalkers, because the last bugs I really played against was the Predator strain. So I know there's a Predator nest, not Predator nest, Stalker nest nearby. So I just have to look for the nearest icon that looks like it could house a secondary objective, which I've already pinged on the map. Like, they're pretty easy to find, right? It's just a dark spot in a large building space. It's like really easy to read on the map. Yeah, to me, there's nothing more satisfying than throwing that grenade launcher up there. Like, yeah.
Get some!
You know what? When right now, if you don't know, all the spawns for every enemy, for every faction across every map, they're fucked. Okay, they're just absolutely messed up completely. What I mean is the patrol spawn rate is insane, and they will literally spawn in your face. Like, you'll see a few examples of that in this game. It's worse when you're against bots, because they will just straight up shoot you rather than just trying to munch your face. Ooh, yeah, that's my fault. I'm not checking the map properly. I'm not respecting the distance. Which I should. Yeah, and the reason why I'm just standing around a little bit more, even with the Shriekers, is I've got cover. They're not going to fly through a skyscraper. They will fly through certain terrain, which is obviously annoying, but it happens. But yeah, they won't fly through skyscrapers. So, right now, yeah, I switched to Flechette rounds because I'm pretty confident that the bugs on the ground aren't really going to catch up to me, so that's why. Like, I never try to fight both Shriekers and ground units at the same time. Generally not a good idea, generally speaking. I can't see shit. Okay. Yeah, most of the time I'm gonna get hit is gonna be because of Shriekers. And one thing, yeah, I was concerned in this game is, sorry. Yeah, now I gotta fuck off. Yeah, like, take advantage of the high ground whenever you can. Just because it just funnels the bugs all in one nice little location for you, making area of effect weapons so much more effective rather than you just shooting out on the streets. Because the number of times I miss with my grenade launcher, excuse me, the number of times I miss with my grenade launcher is a little bit embarrassing when it's practically point blank range. What is these white things coming out? Is that ash? I have no idea what that is. It looks like ash, but it's weird to have ash when almost nothing is burning. Or is that snow? No. It's not falling, so it can't be snow. It's rising. Oh, what is it? Oh, either way. Yeah, also another thing, stay the fuck away from cars, okay? They will randomly explode. You'll sometimes see me stand right next to cars, and then I realize I'm like, damn, I shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, but mechs is just like having mechs in this is just really it's fun. It reminds me of Riley from the Alien movie when she used it to take down the Queen, but obviously. Actually, that would be a pretty cool thing. You have like a Queen-like massive bug. But we'll see what Arrowhead put up, because obviously they do have the Hive Lord from the first game. And I'm sure they'll probably have maybe another boss or something. But yeah, and this is the first thing I'm a little bit confused about. You used to be able to kill that in like 10 shots. I wonder if they patched it out. Which, honestly, if they did, like, good for them, because it was just ridiculous how you could kill it like that. But also it's like, yeah. So I keep testing it to see, hey, am I actually just not shooting in the hole? Maybe I am just not shooting at the right angle correctly, but I keep trying to get throughout the mission instead of just shooting the bugs where I could have gotten more kills. But I think at the end, they did patch it out, which is like, I agree with. And I just use a hell bomb for all of them, which I think is how you should do it, because it doesn't feel immersive to just kill it so easy like that without a hell bomb. Maybe a 500 kgs and orbital barrages like 380 and 120 should do it. But yeah, right now I'm just protecting my hell bomb because I don't want them setting it off early and just killing me. And of course I got stun grenades and Halt for that.
Clear the area.
I'm surprised they don't have designated shelters they're supposed to run to, right? You would expect they have at very least designated shelters, and then you could have sea soldiers holding off that point. But although I imagine the pathing issue, that might be a pathing issue because the civilians just spawn randomly. So maybe it's just too much, but well, like this is fine as it is, just random civilians. Because you're not really going to focus on them too much. And also, oh yeah, when I'm using the mech against charges, I don't aim to kill. It just takes too long. It's not worth it. I'd rather just one-shot Ultimatum, so I just shoot to ragdoll them, and then I just move away. That way, I'm just more ammo efficient. Like, if I need to kill it, I will go ahead, but it's just too much of a... It's just not that efficient, so... And it's easy to hide behind charges, around rocks and so on. I was actually a little bit scared. I was wondering how much damage it could inflict on the back, but... That is a really fast for a charger just around the corner like that. So this time I'm a little bit more cautious, using the radar to check where it is. I think it's only about now that I realize it's the mech is smoking, so I have to be a little bit more cautious. But I think that's because it came from the charger trying to hit me from behind. Yeah, charge through that motherfucker. So yeah, I think here's a good spot to land a hell bomb. Again, check up, see if it's going to be obstructed. I've got stun grenades in case this charger comes along, and I've got one ultimatum. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't try to aim too much with a grenade launcher. You just hit it. You just shoot in a general direction. And yeah. So you can undershoot, hit on target, overshoot. Actually, I wouldn't really overshoot unless there's a horde. If it's just a small patrol, I tend to aim for it and maybe undershoot just a little bit. When I talk about undershoot, it means just shoot a little shorter of what the distance is because they'll run into it. Oh god. Okay. Okay, yeah, I dislike how it spawn would just stop you like that, but hey. It happens, right? You can't expect this game to happen. No game has perfect coding, so you just walk around it, really. I'm not sure why I got out. Oh yeah, I got out because I wanted to lay down my gas mines. I'm a little confused why the light from the gas mines is red. Right, I thought it would be cool if it was just green, right? Because it is classed as a, no, support is blue. Defensive stratagem, right? So, it would be cool if you had green light as well. But, hey, you can't have everything.
Hell bomb armed! Clear the area!
Also, I can't remember if the mech cooldowns are currently 6 minutes or not, with a space station or whatever. Like, I was pretty conscious of that, so what I did was I made sure not to use my mech within 6 minutes. Like, not that I need it every 6 minutes anyway, right? But I made sure to give it at least a good, the usual 10-minute spacing time, just to simulate that, hey, you don't need to mech that often. But yeah, this is probably be the only bug Megacity game I'll do for a while, because the missions, like out of all the Megacity bug missions, this is probably the hardest, but it's really hard to call it difficult, since it's not much more difficult than the other bug missions. It's just different. You just need to call down a hell bomb, right? Whereas most bug objectives you either defend. Oh yeah, I don't have an ultimatum, so I bug out like that. But yeah, like actually, I don't think I've done too many Illuminate or Squid Megacity missions. But yeah, I'll say bugs are by far the easiest Megacity faction. Yeah, for now, I'm not really gonna touch the squid part, because Arrowhead clearly didn't listen to the feedback for Leviathans. They just took the exact, like, it's a band-aid job at best. So. But also, there's just not enough going on there, so. Also, I realize playing a couple of games. Actually, no. Yeah, I realize. Was it Communication Tower has is now tougher. It doesn't matter what faction, I believe. It just requires 2 explosive shots to kill it, not 1 like the usual, which I'm fine again with. I always felt it was a little bit too easy. So. Actually, I think I know where I made the mistake here. I didn't check where the bug breach would be, because I don't think they spawn bug breaches around the bases here, because there's not enough space, as that would not work. So I ended up throwing my gas mines in the complete wrong place. I realized that too late, so I was like, damn, let me try to reach it with my grenade launcher, but for some reason, I wasn't able to, due to slight distraction, worried about the Bile Titan coming across.
Objective near your position. Democracy delivered.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like the grenade launcher. I don't have to see anything to shoot inside of mist, and I'll hit and kill something. Actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned the point about civilians. Oh yeah, so like as you see in this mission, especially towards the end, you'll see I've killed a lot of civilians, and I was never called a traitor once. And I think most of my kills, or at least more than, which would probably maybe acceptable, is a lot of them died to my grenade launcher. So I don't know what's happening with that. Oh yeah, and of course, if you like what you've seen so far, and you want to see more, yeah, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and comment. Yeah, right now I just keep running, so I'm just not in circle. And also, I'm using an explosive weapon, so the last thing I want is to be surrounded with a grenade launcher. Because then it will kill me, my own explosions, if they get too close and I can't move. But yeah, it's probably not so obvious against like normal bugs, gloom bugs, or... Actually, is there only 3 factions? Normal, gloom, predators. I think so. Yeah, it's probably not as evident in normal bugs or gloom bugs, but like for me, I just don't see. Just in terms of efficiency, I don't see any point in taking any other primary aside from Halt. It's just. It just does what it needs to do. It just stuns the enemy for like 5 good seconds, and it lets the actual damage dealers, which are your support weapons, your stratagems, it lets the actual damage dealers do their max damage. Actually, normally I'll review the game. Oh, I need to kill that. I overshot that a little too much, but good thing I hit its butt from behind. Actually, I forgot the point I was going to say. Oh, it can't be that important. Yeah, right now I'm just hanging around that stratagem. Wondering why have I missed a hole in that bug nest. Which hole could it be? There's few things more satisfying in this game, I would say, than just using a grenade launcher into a massive clump of enemies. It's very hard to find something more satisfying than that. Doesn't matter what weapon you're using.
Get some! Get some!
But yeah, like every now and again, check your map, see like, hey, where's the next enemy? Where is my resupply? And so on. Just so you have a general idea of where everything is. One thing I am actually genuinely confused about is why didn't Arrowhead code in fortresses and mega nests into the mega cities? Because they can easily do that, no problem, right? They just carve out a space for it. But maybe, like, I'm actually not sure why they did it. Maybe it was just too much. asset-wise. Yeah, I'm just kind of... Or maybe just thematically, it may not make as much sense. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like visually, it would feel a little off when you have those structures in an early phase of an invasion, because like this is obviously early phase for the bugs, because it's not very bugified yet. Right, the bugs haven't been able to do much to the city, so... Or maybe you could have a style change, right, where you have more variations, because they have different variations of the bug holes, of the bot fabricator outposts. So maybe they just haven't had time to do a variation of the fortresses and mega nests for the mega cities, which is understandable considering everything else they've got going on.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Yeah, so again, I'm just gonna throw in a hell bomb and then just get the hell out of there.
Request approved. On its way now.
Out of
Oh, wait.
ammo.
I realize I'm not in the best position because I don't have a grenade launcher with ammo, but I do have plenty of stun. Oh, and if you haven't noticed already, how do I deal with shriekers? I just let them run into my mech. I don't bother shooting them. Shooting the shriekers is so much of a hassle. I miss so much. I genuinely think that shriekers are hard to hit with the autocannons. Or harder than I would like. Maybe I'm just a really bad shot, but yeah. So I just let them fly into me because they're going to do that eventually. They don't do that much damage. I mean, if I really want to shoot them, I can. But yeah. Also, actually, one thing I realized I forgot to share is the craziest part about this game is the size of this video file. Okay, normally my 40-minute games are about maybe, if I'm lucky, like 2.7 gigabyte, maybe double that on average. But the size of this game, of this recording, is 7.2 gigabytes. I'm using OBS to record it. What does OBS stand for again? I was thinking of OPS, right? Orbital Precision Strike, but yeah, this is by far the largest file size, and I think it's because of all the explosions and bugs everywhere compared to the bots. And we're just fighting everything on screen, so maybe that's why it's like 7.2 gigabytes. Which is why it is an absolute pain in the ass to upload, because it takes forever to upload this. And I thought my usual wait times for the uploading was long, but this is a whole nother level.
Dropping a pin.
Sending down equipment package.
Yeah, for now I think the map is finished, because I'm unsure whether this map has 5 side objectives or not. So right now I'm just assuming there isn't, but then, I don't know, in a couple of minutes after I've stopped messing around so much, I'm like, maybe I should go and check, right? Because what if there actually is a 5th objective somewhere? Actually, wait, have I only completed 3 right now? I don't know. Oh yeah, behind me there's a Bile Titan taking on a lonely civilian. And the civilian tanks quite a few shots. Wait, that's a civvy? Yeah, I think it is a civilian. It's not a Sieve soldier. No, it is a Sieve soldier.
Say hello to democracy.
He's still... Oh no, he's dead. You know, I wish I could pick up the E from the dead Sieve soldiers, because they're constantly carrying it, but when they drop it, I don't think you can take it.
Last reload.
Oh yeah, I definitely overshot that.
Mag's empty. Mag's empty. Who's still with us? Say hello to democracy. Last reload. Out of ammo.
With a nice shot. I don't know if I shot it before, but yeah.
Mag's empty.
Actually, I think the minus credit score in the end is not 375. Guess, see if you can guess what the final number is going to be, because it is ridiculous. And remember, if you like the video so far and you want to see more and get updates, yeah, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, blah 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 blah. Right now I realize that the thing I said earlier about there being more side objectives being around somewhere. Now I'm starting to check. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced by now, when I saw that little webbing, that we have a stalker nest.
Mag's empty.
Bruh, that Alpha Warrior came out of nowhere just jumping off the building. That's why you check the map, because you see how many enemies there are? Like, holy moly. I think the spawns are going wild as soon as you complete everything, so you have to be a little bit more vigilant. And yeah, because that kind of stuff can happen. Like, no one can predict or be that aware 100% all the time, like consistently. That's why you have the shield pack, because it prevents that, but also it's the only backpack in the entire game that can prevent janky coding. And actually, janky coding is basically Bile Titan Spit reaching you, even though the visuals do not match up. Yeah, I lost a perfect run there. And then I almost killed myself, because
Last reload.
I don't know what I was trying to do, actually. I whipped out the Ultimatum by accident. I think I wanted to use a stun grenade and then the Ultimatum.
Mag's empty.
But yeah, I don't like how the Stalker's tongue ragdolls you. It's like ridiculous. This makes no sense.
Last reload.
Like, if you want a massive leaping distance, fine, but yeah, your tongue isn't that powerful. Your limbs are, not your tongue.
Say hello to democracy.
Right now I'm just trying to group them all up a little bit, and also because I'm out of rounds, so I'm going to use a gas mine. Just funnel them all in. Yeah, and generally speaking, I don't like to place gas mines on a spawn. I like to place it in front, so they're more likely to hit it. It also just gives you it causes a traffic jam, so the gas mines at the front will affect more and do more damage because they're all more bunched up. But if you throw it on a breach directly, it doesn't happen like that. And also, I think I was asked once, like, any other ways to use gas mines, right, aside from on objectives, or when do you decide to use it? Is it only on objectives or something? Like, the way I use gas mines is I'll only ever use them for breaches, or if I'm being chased by a ridiculous number of enemies and I don't have time for a grenade launcher, or I just place outside tricky objectives, or outposts, or mega nests, if need be. I mean, the cooldown is so fast that you could call down 3 gas mines in the time of 2 breaches, I think. Or close enough.
Mag's empty.
Did that one just appear in my face? Well, if not, you'll see another example of it anyway. That's a lot of bugs. Wait, did I throw in gas mines? I think I did. Yeah, like when I'm fighting bugs, I like to, if I'm going to go in prolonged fights, I want to make sure that I have a clear view of everywhere. That was unfortunate, but I managed to escape that. I like to make sure I have a clear view of everywhere because it takes time to check the radar map. It's always faster to use your eyes instead of the radar map. So if you're going to rely on your eyes, make sure you have a lot of space in every direction, like lots of space. If you're in a enclosed space, then you've got to rely on your map more, which is ideally not the place you want to fight for a very long time. For quick fights, yeah, but not for long fights, because you can't walk through buildings. And you have far less escape routes.
Last reload.
Oh yeah, I now remember what I was also going to say, is you might be wondering, when is the best time to use the final net? Especially when the spawns are so messed up as they are right now. For me, I want to use it if you're, let's have more context, if you are trying to do a challenge like this, right? Where you will only accept spawn, where you will take in the emergency extraction time as well. Right? Or just in general, right? You want to do it about 2 or 3 minutes before you intend the mission to end, because that's when the spawns are going to be craziest, generally speaking, if you want to head to evac. And the general effective fighting time of the net is about 2 to 3 minutes, probably more so about 3 minutes, if you're shooting most of that time. So it can be longer, right? You can make it less longer on average, definitely. But generally, if you're fighting constantly and moving a little bit here and there, but mostly fighting every second with a mech, you have about a good 3 minutes before you run out of ammo with the Emancipator Exosuit. So I'm probably gonna use the Exosuit probably about when there's 30 seconds left on the clock, because the emergency evac time I know is either going to be 2 minutes or 2.5. I wasn't really sure.
Sending down support weapon.
Yeah, I'm just using Ultimatum in there because I've got a resupply and I've got all my... I've got too many Ultimatums. Actually, no. Oh, actually. Yeah, that's not a Ultimatum. I mean, that's not a resupply.
Mag's empty.
And another thing, if you aren't used to my videos, or maybe you find yourself constantly running out of stamina, don't always run. when you have a reprieve or a moment to recover your stamina, do it. Right? That way, if you do run into a hairy situation, you do have enough stamina. But obviously, ideally, you want to do that when you aren't being chased by bugs within like face-hugging distance. Yeah, I'm just running around the map right now because I believe more patrols will spawn if you run around the map compared to just staying in one place. And also, it's just more exciting.
Last reload.
Right? More chances for entertainment, drama, and mayhem running around rather than just staying in one place.
Get some. Get some.
Yeah, when you drop your mech, do be careful not to stand right underneath the mech, because if you get too close, it will instantly kill you, even if you are not directly under it. So, yeah, I have just enough time to use all of the mech's firepower, so I can just blast away. Also, if you're wondering why do I shoot with both guns at the same time all the time, just for insurance, because it sounds nice, it looks nice, and it feels nice. But also because of insurance, because maybe you'll miss, right? And a lot of bugs don't die to just one shot, so I like to do multiples of 2. Let's see, a gas mine that has minefield hasn't been used, so I'm going to try and use that, lure the bugs over there. Why is it only -300? It's a lot more than that for requisition slips. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's just stuck there on the map. But yeah, speaking of the mech, one thing I forgot to mention is one of the reasons why I like the mech is because it becomes far more powerful as the game progresses. Because at the beginning, for all factions, the enemy is 100% strength. So the chance of them being able to destroy your mech is a lot higher, because you have a lot more things to consider, a lot more pressure of like, I need to complete the map and all these kind of stuff. But as you progress through the game, you have less things to worry about, less secondary objectives, less main objectives, and you can just focus more on actually just killing stuff, rather than getting out the map and having to do ABC. So with that, the mech just becomes easier because you also have more space, right? When the map is like 100%, you have to consider, oh, should I walk into that nest that I haven't destroyed yet or not? You don't have to consider any of that stuff the further the game progresses. That's why the mech gets stronger, and this is more evident when you are facing the boss, right? Because there's less turret towers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this mission doesn't feel like I've killed anywhere near as many bugs as I did, because maybe it's because I just don't have as many close calls as I used to or whatever, or it just feels like the fights end way too fast. Yeah, and I'm just trying to dig around and grab as many extra kills as I can, because why not? Right? I am trying to push it all the way to the max, timer included.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
But yeah, let's look at the rest of the stats. Yeah, if you like this footage and you want to see more, you want to be notified of when the next video comes out, yeah, do remember to like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, do check the video description. I do answer a lot of questions preemptively, and if you're wondering like other tips and tricks and builds and so on, they are in the pinned comment below, as is the non-commentary version of this run as well. But yeah, like that aside, it was a very chill run. It's actually probably the most chill run I have ever had for STIMS. It's just crazy. Yeah, that's the stats. New record, but hey, as long as you have fun, that's all that counts.